It's Reed here. I'm hanging out at the Flow Sports HQ, and I am absolutely buzzing about this matchup we got coming up in just a few days here. We got Renato Canuto, the champ of KASAI, taking on the #1 contender, Dante Leon from GF Team. This is just an absolute bonkers matchup. It is going down, like I said, just a few days from now, July 4th. America's birthday. Aren't we lucky? It is going down in Orlando, Florida at KASAI Super Series. I want to just take a few minutes to break this match down, see how both these guys got to where they are today. It has been a long road for both these guys, so I want to break down, see exactly how they got here. Maybe we can talk a little bit about what to expect in this match, because both these guys have such different styles of grappling. I know it's going to make for some fireworks, especially on July 4th. So let's dive in real quick and see how these guys got here, right? First, let's talk about Renato Canuto, the champ. He wasn't always that way, though. Back in 2015, late 2015, when he first did KASAI Pro 1, not many people knew who this guy was. Not many people were picking Renato Canuto to do well at KASAI or do well at black belt just yet. You know, he had just gotten his black belt, the baby-faced young assassin out there who's jumping arm bars, doing flying arm bars and all that type of thing. But he was still looking for his footing. You know, among the black belts, he had done well in brown belt. But up until this point, he had not really had a breakout performance at black belt, still trying to find his footing. So he was the last person invited to the KASAI lightweight bracket, kind of the last person to slide in there, just like maybe like 2 weeks before the event. And not a lot of people, to be honest, were picking him to win this event. You know, I mean, when you have guys like Gary Tonin and Johnny Grippo, Manchakera, AJ Agazarm, you know, this bracket, this at KASAI Pro 1, was loaded with talent, and that's not by accident. You know, they brought 8 guys who all could have won that division, that bracket. Also in there was Celcinho. So this it couldn't get any more stacked. Enrico Coco was in there. This was a great bracket, tons of talent, and like I said, not many people picking Renato. But against all the odds, he had a breakout performance. He had a performance that turned just about everybody's head in the jiu-jitsu world. He came out there, he had a great match with Gary Tonin, took it to Gary Tonin, got the W. He took it to Manchakera, did the aerial pass, had that first kind of glimpse of the style, of the acrobatic style, of the high-flying style that Renato Canuto is now known for. We saw a little bit of it right there. And then he made it to the finals, went to overtime with the veteran, with the ADCC, the IBJJF World's veteran, Celcinho, went to overtime, edged him out in the finals, and did what maybe nobody expected him to do, and won the first ever KASAI Pro Lightweight Championship. And this is just the first of many big wins in the future for Renato, but this is definitely one of the things that kicked this all off. I got to talk to Renato, who was just elated with his performance after the event. Let's take a look what he had to say.
I mean, I was trying my best. I was trying to go for it, you know, like, I love to fight in shows, man. Yeah. This is my thing. Like, I love when people come up to me and say, "Hey, Renato, wow, that was crazy, that was cool." And that's all I want, like, people to see, you know, people to be happy watching jiu-jitsu. Whenever someone come up to me and say that they like to watch me fighting, this make my day. Winning or losing, if people like to watch me, if people are glad of, like, watching jiu-jitsu and excited, this is good. It's good for the sport, you know. We want the thing to grow.
We had some draws kind of in the beginning of the they're breaking down here, so it's a little bit of mayhem. But we had some draws early on, and then right before you came out, it said you said, you know, like, no matter what, I'm going to put on an exciting show for you guys. Yeah. You guys are going to like me afterwards, and that's exactly what you did. You came out, you lit up the stage, man. Now next, Renato decided to move up in weight, right? He decided to try his hand at the 170-pound tournament. This one just as stacked as the last. This one had, a lot of great names in there: Jason Rao, PJ Barch, Victor Silverio, a lot of big names. And Renato, being the champ at 155, again, not a whole lot of people were really picking him to dominate at this tournament because he was going up in weight, and because also I forgot Wagner Hosha was in this bracket. So maybe Wagner was the favorite. Not a lot of people picked Renato, but again, he surprises people. That's sort of what Renato does. You know, he went out there. He hit the backflip in his very first match against Jason Rao. Kind of like it really immortalized him in the KASAI history books with that backflip pass. One of the craziest moments I've ever been able to witness at a jiu-jitsu event. He had a super chippy match with Victor Silverio. Had a barn burner with PJ Barch. Made it to the finals against Wagner Hosha. Now everybody knows how legendary, the ADCC veteran, the UFC veteran, Wagner Hosha is. One of the meanest and just most complete grapplers out there, and a veteran of the game too. You know, Renato very young, Wagner been around many years now. But they had a match. It was a very close and contentious match. It came down to a penalty point kind of right at the very end, and Renato ended up picking up the win. And man, one of the things I love most about Renato is that he wasn't satisfied with that win, right? A lot of people, I think, that match really kind of left a little bit of a sour taste in some people's mouths. So KASAI did what all the fans wanted to see, and they rebooked the rematch between Wagner and Renato, the finals of the 170-pound tournament at KASAI Pro 4. They come back, they rebooked that match because they knew everybody wanted to see the rematch. It didn't end exactly how he wanted it to the first time. They rebook it, they run it back. And like I said, this is one of the things that I love about Renato. He wants to beat you at your own game. He wants to beat you and make sure that he dominates. He doesn't want to just squeak by a point or by an advantage. He wants to beat you at your own game and let you know that he's the one who won. And this is exactly what he did in the rematch. Nobody wants to shoot in on Wagner Hosha, and that's exactly what Renato did. Wagner's got the Kimuras. He's got the Kimura trap system that he's so very well known for. He's waiting for you to shoot in so he can switch that Kimura trap system. But Renato, kind of faced the bull by the horns and went after Wagner, took him down, played into his game, took him down, got the win in that way, and kind of solidified himself as the champion, as one of the faces of KASAI, and as one of the biggest young black belts coming out of Brazil. This really made Renato a star.
Started good. I wanted to go forward this time. I was like, I'm gonna try to shoot. I knew he would try the Kimura, so I had planned a couple different counters on my head. That one is more like a common thing I like to do. Didn't end up scoring the first one, but after that I went for the shot again, ended up putting him down. Then tried to shoot a flying triangle on the edge. So, I mean, if you watch the match, you know what happened. So I'm a bad staller, man. I like to fight. I like to keep pushing forward. So when I'm winning in the very end and when I get to a bad position, that's where I hate to be. That's where I don't really like to be fighting, because I want to move. I want to do something. I'm anti-talking. I'm more of the acting guy, I'm trying to be talking with action, and that's what I was trying to represent today. And that's where he's kind of screwed up himself, I guess. He tried to...
And that's where we are now. Now let's take a look at why Dante Leon deserves a shot at the champ. And make no mistake, Dante definitely is, in my opinion, the #1 contender. He's the guy that deserves a shot at Renato the most. And we first saw Dante back at KASAI Pro 2 in the middleweight tournament. Now, normally Dante is a lightweight. He normally competes in the lightweight divisions at IBJJF competitions and everything, but he decided to take that leap up, much like Renato did, and fight in the 185-pound, the middleweight tournament against guys like Craig Jones, Mateus Diniz, Boogie. You know, this 85-pound bracket, no slouch either. Dante came up a little short in this bracket, but he did take at least one neck home with him along the way.
Short choke, and he's going to have to tap Dante Leon with a brilliant short choke from the back. He's going to take a very quick 3 points here.
Next, Dante found himself in the first ever KASAI Super Series show. This one was in Dallas, Texas. They brought stars from all over the country, and even Canada too, and brought them here to Texas to battle it out and have a super fight show. And this is where I think KASAI really flexed their muscles as a super fight show. You know, they really proved that they are among the best putting together these super fight shows, and that's where Dante fought the surging Mateus Lutz. Although Mateus Lutz a brown belt, he had been killing it on the KASAI Pro stage and really building a name for himself. It looked like the runway was set for Mateus to have kind of like a breakout year under the KASAI banner. Dante decides to kind of pump the brakes a little bit on Mateus's rise to the top, and he ends up submitting Mateus Lutz in the match. A very, very exciting match. Both these guys bruisers, both these guys kind of pit bulls that just kind of go at each other and they see what happens. Well, that's exactly what happened in this match. You know, those two took to the stage, they collided, and in a crazy match, crazy finish, you know, it was Dante who was able to hunt the back, take the back, and find that choke. And that's one of the things that Dante is just so good at. He's such a good back hunter. Fast forward a little bit to the next KASAI Pro 5, back in New York City. This time Dante had another super fight, a great matchup in Dante versus Edwin Najmi from Gracie Baja. Both these guys extremely skilled submission hunters, and Edwin is one of everybody's favorite guys to watch because he has this devil may care attitude where he just goes for the finish and doesn't really care about anything else. But Dante took it to Edwin, man. This was a great match. They flew off the mat a couple times in a very exciting back and forth match. But again, it was Dante. It was Dante who pulled the upset, I think. I think a lot of people were expecting Edwin to come in and kind of return to the state of dominance that he was at before he got hurt. But Dante had been surging. He had been coming up, and he's very hungry, and he took it to Edwin. And again, he found the back, just like he did against Mateus, and he found the choke, just like he did against Mateus. This is a guy who's very, very submission-oriented, and definitely, if there's a way to submit, if there's a way to win via submission, Dante's going to find it.
That's a good decision there. Leon not giving up any of his grips. This is the closest he's come to a definitive scoring position in this match. There's one hook.
Uh-oh.
Oh, is he on the neck?
This could be trouble here for Edwin.
With the body
Dante
triangle, and he gets the tap. Dante Leon submitted Mateus Lutz at KASAI Pro Super Series, and he has now submitted Edwin Najmi at KASAI Pro 5. This young man is having an excellent start to 2019.
And then after the Edwin match, I even got to talk to Dante just a little bit, and he was ready to call his shot.
That's all there is to it.
I feel like you can call your shot now. Anything that you want on the horizon?
The 170-pound title, man. You know, that's what I want. That's what I'm here for. I want to be the champ. Renato's a great guy, great competitor. You know, great guy, even better competitor. But he's got something I want, and that's the 170-pound strap. So it is what it is.
It's all going down July 4th. Orlando, Florida, KASAI Pro Super Series. They're taking this thing on the road again. Nobody does a super fight show better than KASAI. They put all the bells and whistles in there. It's one of the funnest shows I've ever been to, this time in Orlando, Florida, on America's birthday, and we get to see Renato Canuto versus Dante Leon. I'm so excited for it. Tex Johnson versus Craig Jones also on the card. This place is going to be packed with people. It is going to be packed with the best grapplers in the entire world. July 4th out in Orlando, Florida. I hope you guys are looking forward to this one as much as I am. I cannot wait for it. I'm going to be out there, but of course you can watch it live on FloGrappling. Let me know who you think is going to win. Are you Team Renato or are you Team Dante? Let me know in the comments below. We can debate about it for these next coming days. And I can't wait for this event, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. July 4th, Orlando, Florida, KASAI Pro Super Series. Do not miss it.